Am I broken? How to heal your life and your emotion. This video I'm going to be talking about the heal part of Feel, Heal, Manifest, which I teach in our 3-day live Awaken program. Here I'm going to give you as much as I possibly can in a few minutes. If you're asking this question of am I broken, the simple answer is no. Because the true nature of who we are is completely whole, is infinite, is divine love and light. If that sounds too crazy and out there and woo-woo for you, then essentially we are the energy of creation. So the energy of creation is not incomplete, it's not unwhole. So as we are a drop of this ocean of infinite, we are also complete and whole. By going back to that very essence, that frequency, therein lies the formula to heal. To heal is to start to look within. If you start to look within, the very first things will come up is emotion. And a lot of times we want to run away from emotion. In my previous video, I talked about feel being the gateway to healing. So if you paid attention to that video, I talked about breath and body connection and starting to become aware, become conscious, and essentially give room for this next part, which is healing on a psychological, emotional level. Now, I'm not a psychologist or a psychotherapist, and that's not what I'm trying to be, but from the tools that I've learnt from personal transformation and deep inner work and healing, this is the perspective that I'm going to be talking to you from. So to heal your life, to heal your emotions, to heal your life is to look within. It is something that we resist, looking within. But if you do look within, which is what all of this work is about, when you do look within, the emotions that we push down will start to come up. Whether you're working on the level of body and going into feeling from the level of body, or whether it's from breath, or simply by actually feeling the emotion itself. All of this stuff we've been stuffing down or running away from or numbing out tends to come out first. But if you're courageous enough to give that some room, what will happen is that as you give it room, without having to fix it or change it, a lot of times, simply by giving it room, it starts to move. The process of healing starts to begin. And then as you go through the emotional levels, what I normally find with us as human beings, as I've had the privilege of working with thousands of people over the last 15 or so years, is that there's some layers in the minds that tends to play out in the emotion. Intrinsically, the body, the mind, the emotion is all connected. You can't separate it, you can't compartmentalize it, so why not work with it as a whole? When you go to the level of the mind, we'll find that there is thought and thinking happening. There's always thought. That's the job of the mind. And the root cause of our suffering is our identification with thought and thinking. So one of the modalities that we'll look at within Awaken, our 3-day live virtual event called Awaken, is this work around the narrative in the mind, the story work. Going deep within and starting to uncover what is the narrative that is running your life. And we do a lot of work around forgiveness, around letting go, and essentially this is the healing process. And it's not even that you have to do something, but shifting your perspective and having a certain level of awareness, a certain level of seeing and feeling into it and looking at and being aware that there is a certain narrative that has been running your life, almost like a play, a theater, and you are the central character in the story of your life. When you start to have this level of awareness, you start to gain back power and control in your life. You start to step back into the driver's seat of your life and start to become the one that can actually consciously craft out and create and step into and live the life that you've truly dreamt of. That you're not at the mercy of someone or something else, if it's felt like that in your life. You know, the circumstances, the situations, the struggles, the suffering that you've been through, but actually there's a different frequency, a different level of life that is available to you, and that is available to each and every one of us. You could say that's our birthright. So by uncovering this, by learning this perspective that there is a certain narrative that has been playing, and not even rewriting that narrative, but simply having that awareness will free you up and allow you to choose from infinite possibilities, the kind of life that you truly want to live out. And within this process is the heal part of our journey. So feel, heal, manifest. This video is on heal, uncovering and becoming aware of the narrative that is playing out in the mind. You're invited to join me in my upcoming Awaken Masterclass, where I'm going to go deeper into this topic, into the topic of feel, heal, and manifest, which I spend 3 full days in our live virtual Awaken program, going deep, doing the work, rolling up our sleeves, clearing out what's in the way, healing what's needed, so that you've got this fertile ground for you to plant the seeds and manifest and create the kind of life that you've always dreamt of. Because it's truly possible for you, as it is for any one of us who's willing to do the work. So I look forward to seeing you on the inside of my Awaken Masterclass.